So some of you may be noticing that recently there's a lot of energy shifts that is happening globally with all of the chaos that's happening. And because the universe is going through this big cleanse right now, it affects everybody's energy. Because always understand that this is how we are all one. Globally, everybody is connected and we're connected with every situation that's happening. So whether you're actually in a situation where you're being affected by, let's say, the virus or the riots or anything, or even if you're not, you're far away from it, you will still be affected on a vibrational level. And so some of you may be experiencing that your relationship might be having a little bit of a chaos moment. Sometimes that lack of understanding each other, those arguments, people may be feeling a little bit short with each other, and then certain things can actually stem out of that to even coming to breakup and all of these problems happening. That's why I've been receiving a lot of messages recently with regards to this. That's why we're going to dive deep into this, and I want to give you 5 ways to actually align your energies together so that you don't end up sabotaging or losing somebody that you love. So before we get into it, show reel. Hit it. Namaste everybody, this is Sri Akarshana here, and in this video we're going to break down for you 5 simple steps for you to be able to save your relationship. If you're going through a little bit of chaos right now because of all the energy shifts and maybe emotions are coming up and it almost seems like everybody's having that time of the month every single day, right? And so if that's happening to you, then pay close attention because this will be able to save it. So the first thing is the practice of non-reaction. We need to understand that the moment things happen, and let's say, for example, if somebody is feeling some energy shift, right, and then they're feeling a little bit off, they will say something and they don't really mean it. It's not like people like hate you because you know 2 people are in love, right? But they don't mean to say it. But when they says it, or they do certain things, or they do certain actions, which like picks up, and then you get aggressive, or you get upset, or you get angry, or you get reactive over it. When you react, you see, when you react, you are reacting to that energy. So you are giving, let's say negative energy comes in somehow, right? Rides through the vessel, comes in somehow, then suddenly you give it attention. What happens is, when energy gets attention, what does it do? It amplifies. So you don't want to amplify those energies right now. So what you need to do is learn how to be responsible. And what does being responsible mean? Responsibility, your responsibility, is your ability to respond. So instead of reactive happens within a second. It's like that split second, bam, you're in. And then it feeds the energy. So instead of feeding the energy that way, how do we learn how to be responsible and respond in the best way? And responding in the best way, we always say, practice responding with love and kindness. So you feel that thing and you're thinking, why is this thing happening? But, okay, breathe. Okay, think, how do I respond with love? So that's the step number 1, right? So you respond with love, and then you look and you're like, okay, then I'll just smile and I'll continue to love. The second step is acceptance. What this means is accept that globally, or even nature, if you look at it, right? Storms happen. Sometimes you have sunny days, sometimes you have rainy days, sometimes storms can last a little bit longer. And this is what the whole world is facing right now. So in your relationship, you can also come to acceptance that this is nature. Sometimes you can have one day that's rainy. Sometimes you can have 15 days that's rainy. You can have thunder, lightning. And right now, it's going through tough times. So don't just because of the global pandemic and everything that's happening, make that affect your relationship so that your relationship is going through a pandemic also, right? Instead of that, wait it out. Understand, okay, now is the time for acceptance. Now is your time also to grow your personal development. Take it to another spiritual level. And so when we start seeing this is, how do we actually come to acceptance? Okay, this is what it is right now. It's not worse than it is. It's not a terrible thing that's happening to you, and it's happening for you. So come to the acceptance of that. So that's number 2. The third thing is listen. Now is really training your ability to listen. So if you ask the questions, what is wrong? What is going on? What are you feeling? Give them that space to be able to speak. Because right now, if you're reactive, what will happen is you react, they react, you react, they react, and then suddenly you take a very small energy shift and you amplify it, right? If you visualize it like this, it's almost like right now, the universe, right, is kind of like putting a test to all humans right now and seeing which ones are the actual special spirits who can actually rise out of this, right? And then they will be weeding out all the weak ones right now. So don't be that weak one. What you want to do is now is your practice to say, okay, you come to acceptance. Now I have the patience to listen. And those of you who don't have that patience, then practice breath work. Listen. People like to be heard, especially during tough times. And understand one thing. Those who manage to get through this phase in your relationship, right? This phase will be, your relationship will really blossom after this, right? Because you are going through the tough times together, the toughest times. That builds the strongest relationships, okay? So the third thing is to learn to listen. Listen, okay? Number four is to actually act with compassion and love right now. So after listening to the thing, how do I respond with compassion? How do I come to the understanding? How do I have the empathy, right? Empathy. How do I connect with you on the level you're at because I love you? How can you connect on that level to actually share even more love in that moment, right? And number 5, the fifth thing, I think it's very important during these times for you and your partner to go through personal development together. You see, when chaos comes in and it shakes you up, right, what will happen is it can do 2 things here. The first thing it can do, it can make people become the victim. Why is this happening to me? I don't know why this is happening. So one person will sense as though everything is going against them. To the stronger spirits, what they will see is they will see, you know, now the universe is giving me the biggest test, so it's time to grow myself. And that's when, in a relationship, 2 people can grow very far apart if both choose a different option. So what I'm saying is here, both of you need to come to agreement that, hey, now is a tough time, right? How about we both learn and grow together? We grow our love together through this. So we go through the same spiritual development journey, the same personal development journey. Go read books. When you read books, talk about it together. When you watch inspirational videos, watch it together. When you learn new knowledge, learn it together. If you sign up to certain courses or get certain coaches, then be coached together. Go through the journey together. Because those who do, and you work these 5 things out, what I've just explained to you, right? What you'll find is that your relationship will be stronger than ever before outside of this lockdown and pandemic and all riots and all the chaos that's happening right now. Anyway, I hope this video has been of use to you and at least explain to you a little bit of why everything is happening. You know, it's chaos energy. Everybody will feel it. So it will be affected. So just act with love. Come from the place of love and compassion. You can never go wrong with that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below. Maybe let us know what you guys are going through and what are the tough challenges and what are the questions you have. And if we see some certain questions, I can answer it in a different video. And another thing as well, if you guys are new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, I'm signing out. Namaste.